So people freak out about whatever things, Honestly, I personally don't care uh, about things or whatever. But if you're at like the gas station or whatever, and something freaks you out or whatever, and you like they ask for your ID, and you're like, I don't have to give you ID according to this and this and this state. Yeah, you don't have to do that. Whatever. Me and the other four people behind you don't give a damn. We're just trying to get our stuff and get out of there. You can do your thing or whatever. I guarantee you the clerk behind the counter doesn't care either. The only thing that we all care about is that you're holding us up. If you're going to do something like that, okay, whatever. Do your little view or whatever the heck. Even if you were like, I don't even care. Don't hold up the line. Step your butt to the right or left. And, I think I did that right. Step your butt out of the way. Let the other people do their thing. I mean, you can freak out about whatever. But move over. Because I guarantee you there's 3 or 4 other people don't have time for this crap. This is anything. If you see yourself holding up the line because maybe you forgot your card or maybe something, I don't care, whatever. If you see that you're going to be holding up those 4 or 5 people behind you, move over. Don't be holding the things up. And if you got to get something, be like, just stay there. You ain't going anywhere kind of deal. But you can move over. And that way the 4 or 5 people behind you can keep going and get out of there because they ain't got time for this. They ain't got time for whatever and fill in the blank kind of deal. But I'm sure other people have been in this situation where there's that one person and they forget something, they freak out and whatever. Well, move the F over so that other people can keep going because they want to get out of there. They don't care about your thing and they, and all that. Even if they do agree with you, 100%, they ain't gonna want to sit there for 5 or 10 minutes while you do your deal, whatever it might be, or express your view, whatever it might be. We all want to get out of here. People got stuff to do. Kind of deal. So, I mean, it can even be something, you forgot your ATM card, or maybe there's an issue with the card, or whatever. Just move over. These other people can ring out as you're doing whatever. And when you finalize or fix or don't fix, whatever, maybe you got to leave some stuff there, kind of deal. You can get back in line and fix whatever the heck you want to do. But don't be holding up a whole bunch of people because you got an issue. Or like you have a political or whatever, any kind of issue that you having, kind of deal. It's just one of those respectful things that that a lot of people do that a lot of people don't do. You'll get that all the time, and I'm sure clerks get it all the time, and they might ask them in a nice way to move over, and sometimes they'll come back on the clerk on that kind of deal, and different clerks handle that different ways, and different businesses handle that different ways, kind of deal. It's a lot easier maybe if you're behind glass kind of deal than anywhere else. But if you're going to be holding up the line and you realize you're going to be holding up the line because maybe like a card doesn't work and you got to figure this out, just move aside. Let other people do the thing. That's just a respectful thing to do versus standing there and let everybody know first off what your issues are. Which we don't care. All that we care is that you're holding us up, and like most people, they don't care after the first minute, 2 minutes. After like 3 minutes, they're going to care a little bit. You start getting into 5, 10 minutes of something going on, and you got 4, 5, 6, 8 people behind you. Be respectful. I mean, you got to fix your thing or express your view or whatever. I don't care. I ain't here for a debate. I'm here to get my stuff, get through that line, and get the F out of here. Kind of deal. And I'm being vague here because I can't fill in the blank because it could be almost anything. But move over. Please move over. If you're at the View to Express or whatever, move over. I mean, because, like, somebody in that line's going to express their view against your view, and then you got a whole debate going on. Well, with 3 people, while you got the other 5 just don't care. And I'm one of the 5 that doesn't care. I don't care whatever the heck you got going on as far as your card or your thing or any of that, I'm not going to pay for your bill to get you out of the deal, but I'm going to ask you, if the clerk doesn't do it, I'm going to ask you, please let me get through, kind of deal. I'm going to say it as respectful as I can, can I get by you, kind of deal, something like that. I'm going to do it as good as I can, and kind of do that in a nice way. You got to be respectful, but still, it's like, this is something that you should have realized, and I'll come in there now. I'm not going to say, move, B. I'm going to be like, get out the way, kind of deal. I need to go, kind of deal. I ain't going to be like that. I'm going to say that in a nice way. Instead of saying it like that, I'm going to say it in a nice way, but that's what I'm thinking. It's like, I ain't got time to be sitting here for no 10 minutes while y'all screwing around with whatever the heck you got going on. And neither does anybody else. And I'm saying, the first minute, okay. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Man, we ain't got time for this. We don't have time for this. Ain't nobody have time for this. So, especially the clerk. She got a whole bunch of people backing up. And the thing about that is you get like 5 minutes in, people are just going to leave. And they're going to start losing sales. And, because I got no 5 minutes to be waiting for, I got 5 minutes to be waiting for something. A lot of them have Kolosk. I'm saying that wrong. A lot of them have Kolosk. If you just need gas, which I do that in a lot of places, I just get gas. I walk over to the Kolosk, get online, walk over to the Kolosk, and just do it at the Kolosk kind of deal at that point. But a lot of them, everybody's short-staffed. You might only have like one person running the gas station kind of deal, or you might have one person running a register, I don't know, somewhere kind of deal. But if you got an issue, just respect that you got an issue and respect the other people behind you. And that's with anything too. Any kind of deal. If you see yourself being more than the time that's usual, that's required and all that, do what you gotta do. If you're waiting on the clerk for something, if you're waiting to cash out, if you're waiting for a receipt and all that, if you're waiting on the clerk and all that, well, you can't do anything about that. You can't rush the clerk or anything. I ain't asking for any of that. If you got to get a receipt for the things that you bought, you got to get a receipt. I mean, you can't rush any of that. I'm saying if you get something where it's before the receipt, where you're doing something and you want to do a payment of some type, and you realize instead of I don't know, maybe you're like $100 short, well, you're going to have to come up with a deal there and figure that out kind of deal. And that might take 5 or 10 minutes to figure it out. And you got a whole bunch of people waiting behind you. Well, move aside, figure out your issue, and trust me, when you figure that out, you can get 3 or 4 people through that line, and then when you got it all figured out, you can move back. The person that's fourth in line is not going to care, because they got 3 other people in front of them versus that can be gone, versus those 3 or 4 still being in front of there because you didn't move over. A lot of people, they ain't gonna care if you got 8 people in line and you got an issue. You're number 1, obviously. You move over, 4 of those people can get out of there, do their thing, and then you can move back over. And that 5th person now, instead of having more people in front of them, they just have you. And you can move back over and deal with your thing. All right? And that's just a kind of respectful thing. And a lot of people don't do that. And it can lead to issues and conflict and all that. So just have a little bit of respect in that manner, because it's going to happen. It happens. Somebody might have a credit card with a high limit, or just didn't bring enough cash, or any kind of card that might be in limit, or Maybe they forgot their ID and kind of deal, and then you ask when you get your ID asked for, and then they'll freak out because they maybe they think they look, maybe they're like this, and they think they look, I don't have to give you my ID and all that kind of stuff, or whatever, for whatever. Maybe it's for cigarettes or whatever, heck, whatever, fill in the blank. But maybe they forget something, and because they forgot something, maybe they got to do that. And if it's just a matter of buying something, maybe they just don't buy that thing that day, kind of deal. But move over. It's just a respectful thing to do. If you have an issue, move over. Let other people go get through their stuff. Let them go on their day. Don't be holding them up no 5-10 minutes. Because that's just, it's a little bit disrespectful. That's the best way I can say it. And then if you're in that line, try to say it as nice as you can to kind of get it through their mind, if they can't get it through their mind, that you want to actually have them move over. And sometimes the clerk will say it, and if the clerk doesn't say it, sometimes you got to say it, kind of deal. But it's, if you're that person, don't freak out if somebody's saying that to you. That's just your eye opener that this is what y'all should have been doing. You should have been moving over for this if you don't have that. Now, like I'm saying, the first minute, 2 minutes, okay, you can kind of deal with it and try to figure it out. But if you see that, like, after 2 or 3 minutes, you don't have this thing figured out, and you got more and more people coming behind you, think about it, all right? And move over, kind of deal. Anyway, that's a little thought for the day, kind of deal. And there you guys go. Thank you.